Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pacific Revision. A little bit different of a start. So actually, Miguel and I already recorded this episode, but unfortunately, file corruptions happen. And we're going to try to do this again in the morning, so hopefully we do that. I don't know yet. It is currently 11:44 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, but we started that show paying homage to one Ben Stelter, who unfortunately passed away today. And we wanted to do the same. And it's, something we've talked about during our last recording, how much, man, we just want to thank Ben for everything, for, allowing people into his world. We want to thank also a friend of the show, Nation Dan, and the rest of his nation some love today, because you could see how much Ben meant to everyone there, and everyone in the city of Edmonton, and everyone who was an Oilers fan, and even, hell, me as a Kings fan. We were lucky to have him down there for, I believe it was Game 4 of Round 1. And you could see the kind of impact he had, not just on the Edmonton Oilers fan base, but on hockey fans in general. He's easily probably the most, I'm trying to figure out the correct word to say it, and it's hard, because he means a lot to a lot of people, and he's easily the most memorable part of the playoffs last year. When all said and done, his legacy is going to live on through Oilers fans, through the Edmonton organization. And I hope they throw back as much love as Ben gave everyone out there, in terms of fans and things like that. And we wanted to make sure this got out, because he's genuinely is one of the best part of sports. The power it has to bring people together, the power it has to enjoy. Honestly, the power to have the things that me and Miguel do when we shit on each other and make fun of each other, like that friendship is special. So rest easy, Ben. Shout out to the Edmonton Oilers, their fans, and play La Bamba, and hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome into the rest of the show. I am your other host, Miguel. What?
Just Jesus Christ. You don't know how happy I was to, I ate dinner. I had a delicious chicken sandwich that I made myself. A little bit of Swiss, a little bit of bacon on it.
Yep.
Came back, set up my computer at 11 o'clock. I don't know what time I said. I said the time in the recording yesterday.
Yeah.
Just to have the file be just gone. I'm so sad. We talked about so many good things, Miguel. So many good things.
I know.
But at least we can start off with some breaking news that affects Miguel.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, we recorded yesterday and then lost. The file corrupted.
Yeah, it's now the next day in the morning.
But we wake up today on August 11th to find out some just horrific news. Robin Lehner will require hip surgery and will be out for the entirety of the 22-23 NHL hockey season.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about being under the cap now.
We do not.
That is taking care of itself.
So, unfortunately, it's been corrupted. I mentioned this yesterday. Leonard is starting the season on LTIR.
And now
Obviously,
he's ending it.
Exactly. I wasn't expecting him to end it on LTIR. But everyone in Vegas knew this guy is not going to be ready for the beginning of the season. He might miss the first 2-3 months for his shoulder injury. Now he needs hip surgery. We don't know. No one knows if this happened recently. If this is nagging injury, that it was more serious than everyone knew. We don't know at the moment. Not many details are out. But Robin Lehner and the Golden Knights, Golden Knights will be without Robin Lehner for the entire season. We are now under the cap, so that's great. No more trading anybody. In fact, we could probably buy somebody on a 1-year contract. I know there's been rumors, nothing hard rumors, but there's been rumors of Vegas talking to Paul. I know it's not a goaltender, but it's for forwards. Paul Stasny, bringing him back for 1 year.
I mean, he could fit for like $1 million now, maybe two.
Rumors has been Phil Kessel as well, that they've talked to him. That'll be fun.
They got to start talking to some goalies now. I don't even know, Miguel, who's even left in the UFA market.
So,
but you have two goalies though.
Well, Laurent Brossoit is also going to go on LTIR. Well, the rumors is, but not for the whole season, just to start the season. So,
starting off where you guys left off, injured.
So, I mean, if this isn't like Logan Thompson's moment to become certified, number one NHL goalie, like, this is it, buddy. This is your time. He signed to end of the season despite the rest of the team being dog shit. Despite going, I forgot how many shootouts in a row.
Like there was 3. Lost all of them.
No, I know, but he ended up blocking like 17 shots total.
Yeah. Oh, he had like a save percentage of like 96 and lost all of them because Golden Knights couldn't score.
Because Golden Knights could. That's what I'm saying. Logan in a small bubble showed he's good. You
have some hope.
But now he has to show us that he can do this for an entire season. So this is his moment.
How old is Logan Thompson?
If you don't mind me asking. I'm Googling it. Off the top of my head, I think he's 23, 24, but let me Google it.
Okay, so he's like roughly the same age of like Cal Peterson for me.
He's 25. He's 25. So he's not old, but he's not young enough where he's still like.
That's like young for a goaltender because goalies take forever to develop. Because Cal Peterson, for your Los Angeles Kings, started off the same age. Let me give you some advice, Miguel. Someone who's had a goalie who's 25, and you're like, this guy's pretty good for a little bit. You know what I mean? He's still gonna have the consistency issues. I think it's gonna be that. Like last year, it was supposed to be Cal Peterson's breaking out party. You know what I mean? Cal Peterson earned a $5 million contract, and he was that's pretty much it. John was a quick soul to show. I think you still need to have a decent backup for him because he's still gonna be young, and he's I think getting him out there when he's not consistently being well or can get him out there to kind of reset, that'll be important for y'all. I know early. But I don't know. Like, it'll be interesting to see what the Vegas Golden Knights look like in the back end. Because now, kind of a question mark. And we talked about it yesterday. You dodged a bullet with Max Pacioretty being out for 6 months.
So that's the other thing. Max Pacioretty tore his Achilles. He is out 6 months. Honestly, most people think it's gonna be longer, but the team is saying 6 months. Achilles injuries usually take like 9 to 12, but
it depends on the severity of the tear. I'm assuming it's not a clean tear because I tore my Achilles and it took me like 8 months to start walking, or like to be okay. But I don't have world class trainers to kind of rehab me.
Yeah, so that's also unfortunate for Caroline, but I'm not gonna lie, it makes the Vegas trade look a little sweeter just because
it does.
Now
it's still a bad trade.
It doesn't look as bad on us because he's not a piece that would have helped us.
Because why did you give up Dylan Coughlin?
Imagine, okay, now we look like idiots for giving up Dylan Coughlin. Now we look like idiots for giving up Max Pacioretty. So who cares? Who cares? Max injury ready. No one cares.
Okay, good to see. Good to see. By the way, if you guys were wondering what kind of energy Miguel brought yesterday, it's that one. It was that.
It was, but more. But I'm not gonna bring the same energy today. It just doesn't feel the same anymore.
Too early.
Imagine having Max Pacioretty, Robin Lehner, Shea Weber, Laurent Brossoit, all on LTIR to start the season.
All right, that's a pretty good team. Like 2 years ago.
That's like 15. Let's see, 22, 24 million on LTIR.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so it doesn't look as bad with Pacioretty out.
No, but you're basically starting exactly where you ended the year last year. Everyone's injured.
Yeah.
Let's hope no one else gets... Again, anyone gets injured for you guys. You guys are kind of fucked in terms of talent. Because that's where it lies. You better hope these... what was the new contracts? Nicholas Waugh.
Let's be honest. You're right. But in this situation, who can't... what team doesn't lose 2 goalies
No,
and isn't in a rough spot?
I was gonna say that. Like, you know, what I mean, it's one of those things where one of the things I'm worried about my Los Angeles Kings, my perfectly content, normal Los Angeles Kings with no drama, is that like if anybody gets hurt again, like we did last year, how good is our depth? Because top end wise, even though we had a Kevin Fiala and that's able to push everyone down, I don't know if the depth's there. But they did it once last year, so who knows? And another year of development helps.
I mean, and the Kings go to show it's even if you don't have depth on paper, if these young guys step up, then it's all going to be all right. You know what I mean?
But you have no young guys.
I mean, we have young guys, just they're just not.
Nicholas
they're not young
Wise,
guys,
what,
you know,
26?
you know what I
Keegan
mean?
Colasar is like, what, 24?
But they're not backups. They are people with established.
I'm just saying, like, but they are fourth and third liners, and not top 6 guys.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. If they step up, you never know.
Maybe
they didn't step up last year, but maybe this year. You know what I mean?
offense, Miguel. Vegas doesn't really have a good track record of developing prospects. Those are your first 2 guys who like seen any action.
And you guys
didn't even draft them apparently.
Look how good look how good Nick Suzuki is.
That's a good point. All right, one out of one.
Nick Hague's good. Nick Hague's good.
Oh,
he's not great. He's good.
Did you guys draft him?
Yes, second round.
All right. Well, he's the greatest Golden Knight draftee ever. That's played for you guys.
Cody
that
Glass,
has played
garbage.
You guys.
Cody Glass, garbage. Not Nick Brandstrom. What was his first name?
Erick Brandstrom. Me Brandstrom.
Look like he's floundering, even in Ottawa.
Yeah, but the Ottawa Senators coach hates him for some reason. That's always weird. I never understood why coaches hate specific players. I feel like you kind of need everybody to kind of get it going, and it does you no favors hating somebody.
I think because the last Erick hurt them, and they're taking it out on that Erick, who is also Swedish
and also a defenseman.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Look from the outside looking in. Let me give you my perspective because I also said this. I said something along the lines of this yesterday, where if I look at Florida and I look at the Islanders, because we talked about New York Islanders, and I look at you guys now, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what play system is. We kind of think we know who these teams are. The Islanders are defensive. The Florida Panthers rely on transition and forward depth. You know what I mean? High scoring team. Vegas, I don't know what'd you guys do? Transition offense, a lot of counterattacking, would you say? Like that's your kind of bread and butter?
Lots of counterattacking, yes.
Like that's your bread and butter, you know what I mean? Create turnovers near the blue line, counterattack that way.
Correct.
We don't know what you're going to look like under Bruce Cassidy. You have a new damn coach. Your whole system could change 1,000%. You know what I mean? We don't know what it's going to look like and what's going to be the strength of this team. So maybe, like Todd McClellan did for the Kings, once we got all those injuries, he focused on defense, right? You know, we have a little offensive talent with all the rookies and young guys, but the thing with rookies and young guys, like we talked about, consistency. They're going to make mistakes. It just happens. Like it's part of the process of development. You know what I mean? We make mistakes like losing an episode, but we learn and we get better. And it's possible that Vegas can adapt to their roster this time instead of having to panic do it like they did the end of the last year with DeBoer.
Again, with this next season, there's going to be a lot of questions answered for Vegas and Bruce Cassidy. Like, every goalie seemed good under Bruce Cassidy's system. Is that because Boston just has really good goalies, or because the system he implied, which is more goalie friendly on paper, it seems like it's more goalie friendly, where the goalies see more shots from the outside, and so it's a lot easier to block.
I would say again that's the strength that they had. They had tremendous defensive core with guys like Charlie McAvoy, Chara,
and that's what I mean. Like on paper, Vegas has some high end defensive talent that. Mm-hmm. If Bruce Cassidy is able to implement that in Boston, and then Logan Thompson looks like the next best thing since sliced bread, then we're like, okay, then the Bruce fucking Cassidy system works, and this is why he's a top tier goalie.
Yeah.
Now, if it doesn't work, and Boston still looks just as good without Bruce Cassidy, their goalies specifically, then you're like, okay, then it's fucking their goalies are just good. You know what I mean? It wasn't the Bruce Cassidy system,
and they had great goalies.
There's been that bit of, I don't know if you've seen it. Like, there's been a bit of that talk. I know amongst Boston fans and Vegas fans, like were the goalies that good, or was it the system that the goalies played in? Like
you do the weird thing where like because you used to have them, you're like this is what happened, but we're a different situation, so who knows? Like Boston did have
be interesting.
a ton of good goalies though. You're right, Boston did have a ton of good goalies.
But it's hard. It's hard to like. Was it the system or the goalies?
Because you had what your Tuukka Rask, your Halak, your Swayman, Olmark last year. Like those are pretty good goalies. And Rask was a tremendous goalie who was like low key kind of underrated.
Yeah, I mean we'll see how Swayman does now. Like I would assume that's probably his net, right? Or
you better hope he goes up because you have a graded card from him, don't you?
I do have. I wanted to start and carry that fucking team like on his back.
You need some Jeremy Swayman wins. You need like a 9-3 to get that card value to go up. So,
yes,
but yeah. I don't know. Like it's gonna be interesting. Like again, like the depth at goaltending is already gonna be tested, and it's really. It's one of those things where I wonder why they took so long to make the decision to go to surgery with Lehner about the hips, because we knew he had lower body issues on top of shoulder issues because of last season.
Correct.
Because
they never told us what the lower body is, but now clearly we know. Yeah. But the lower body would never seem to be the reason he was out. It was always the shoulder. So it's interesting. Like I said, it's hard to tell if it was something where they just didn't realize the severity of it. You know what I mean?
Maybe. But do you remember in January, we kept hearing like, oh, Lehner might have to go out for the year, blah, blah, blah. And we were talking about like, I believe that was when he was out for his shoulder injury. But what the reports came back was like, it's a lower body issue. You're like, that's weird.
Oh, and then Lehner came out as like,
you know what it was? It was a knee. Remember, I think it was like Craig Custard or somebody like that.
You're right. It was knee. It was a knee.
Yeah, and they're like, his knee's fucked up. And then like Lehner even tweeted out like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm fine. Like, it's the other injury already. But I don't know. Do you? I don't know if I'm conspiracy theorying this now. Does DeBoer have any like responsibility on the fact that Lehner can't play next year?
It's hard to tell. I don't know. Like. We'll find out eventually because Lehner will speak all when he's no longer.
He's going to have a lot of time next year.
Yeah. And I'm sure once he's no longer with the team, we'll hear, or once he's probably not playing the NHL, he's going to, I'm sure he's one guy you can tell he's not going to hold anything back when his career is done. Like,
no, God. No,
we will eventually find the truth or his truth. Not to say it's a lie, but you know what I mean? Like, everyone always changes stories. Slightly to
he's gonna talk about experiences and stuff like that, and it's good to get kind of that
it is. I agree.
Can I ask you, are we done with this topic? Because I have a stupid question again.
One more last thing on this whole thing is that the specifically on the DeBoer part, I don't know. I feel like DeBoer wanted to bench him. I don't think DeBoer and him got along, and I think DeBoer wanted to bench him, but the team wouldn't let him. So I don't know if it's on DeBoer.
That fucking last month was so fucking weird.
But I don't know.
It was so fucking weird.
Clearly, DeBoer and Lehner didn't get along, so I don't know. But go on, we're done. Yeah.
Because again, now I'm on it. Like it was so fucking weird because you could see on the ice that Lehner was clearly hurt, and then DeBoer would come off and answer questions about him, like he was fucking fine. Like
I agree.
like we had a whole episode titled that Pete DeBoer can't gaslight us, and clearly, like I don't know, man. It's so fucking weird.
The one thing I'll say is, as far as I'm aware, DeBoer didn't do this in San Jose.
No, he's like fine,
and we'll see if he does this in
for Jake Ottinger's sake.
Dallas.
Yeah, for Jake Ottinger's sake. Like they're also still unsigned. Weird. Him and Jason Robertson, I don't think they have deals yet. But
although they did have goalie issues in San Jose as well, but
that's Martin Jones being bad. And
I know
a whole bunch of other things, and it'll be fucking weird. Like I don't know. Yeah, Dallas will be fucking interesting. Well, I just had it's not even important. It's just stupid.
Yeah, Dallas is a place for goalies. Now they get good. They have good goalies, despite doesn't matter what fucking coaching staff they're under or system. Yeah. So they always have good goalies.
They do. They played super defensively. So again, that's another like DeBoer still likes to play defensively too. So it'll be interesting how that changes for them because they've been a defense first and made the finals 2 years ago because that's all they did.
DeBoer's a more like he wants everyone to defend, but he also wants everyone, including his defense, to attack. So
that's true. But
That'll be a slight change for Dallas, so it'll be interesting.
It will be, but let's see how. Let's hope Jamie Benn is kind of healthy because he's been not great for the last few years. Tyler Sagan's been hurt.
How old
to
is
shit.
Jamie Benn? He
like
looks
30, he's 33. He's 33, but like a hard 33.
He looks much older than that, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it might be because he's not as great shape as like other hockey players.
Yeah.
Ain't that weird? How that affects like.
Well, it might be, and it might be that thing where like you kind of just need time off, and he hasn't been able to have it, so that fucks up your body in your 30s. You know what I mean?
And what's going on with Radulov? Like,
yeah, well, he's old and went back to Russia to go play home.
Oh, did he leave?
Yeah, signed with the KHL in the free agency.
So the owner was right then.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, they'll be another fucking interesting team. They have good pieces. They lost Klingberg, but like I don't think they worry too much about that with everyone else that they have. So I don't know. It'll be that for. You think he gets booed? You think DeBoer gets booed the first Dallas Stars game in Vegas?
Yeah, 100%. Because even when he was here, no one wanted him. You know what I mean?
It was fucking weird that he signed the Sharks' old guy.
A fan base with 5 years of existence is so caught up in their past, which is something you say about Montreal fans, about originals.
Yeah.
Teams with glory in the past.
Me bringing up the King Stanley Cup for 2014 and 2012. Yes,
which you only have a few more years left to bring up the second cup.
With a big banner right next to me. Audio is Kellison, but I literally have a fucking very big Stanley Cup championship banner. So I also live in the past.
But yeah, with a fan base so caught up with the past, like they just I would say like I wouldn't say half. It's less than half, but I wouldn't call it a small percentage. Let's say like 40% of this fan base. Yeah, it's so caught up with season one, like to the point where, like I said,
your glory year.
They're still mad about Fleury. They're still mad that we didn't keep players like
David Perron,
James Neal.
That was a good idea.
Clearly was a good idea to get rid of, but there's still the fan base like we should have never gotten rid of James. He was expensive and he clearly was on his last good season. Like we got rid of James Neal but yeah, there's a fan base that thinks we should have kept the first year team together, and that team would have be cup contenders and not cup winners already. I'm like, no, that team, if they would have kept that first year team as was, would be in much worse positions every year as it progressed. Like,
yeah, but we
would have been draft lottery teams twice at least, minimum already.
You could have had let's see, who's in the draft lottery? You could have had Owen Power, maybe.
That's true, maybe.
But
or Slavkovsky.
Maybe you'll get them this year. If the trend goes, you guys will have nobody by the time fucking December rolls around.
Either way, we can move on.
So last night when we recorded this, I had a stupid thing that I brought up, and I have another stupid thing because I just thought of it right now. Okay. Do you think players have work emails? Because I have a work email. I'm pretty sure you have a work email.
I do.
Do players get a work email? Like at whatever team.com?
I believe they do. But I think it's I don't think it's a team email, and I think it's an NHL email.
I just like the idea of like, because
it'd be stupid to get a new fucking email every other year.
It'd be fucking hilarious. It'd be hilarious.
The players that bounce around a lot, like
M Stone at goldenknights.com. Like,
I guarantee you they have a NHL email for sure. They have to, I think.
I need to meet an NHL player and figure this out. I'll get to the bottom of this. But also, I still want to share the thing that I shared yesterday because I want to see if after marinating 24 hours. So yesterday we talked about our days.
You know what? Maybe not, because anytime they have to deal with the player, it's through the agent, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
So they
I'm telling you, Miguel. I'm telling you. And then when they get traded, you have to deactivate the work email, get a new one from the other team.
I don't think they have a work email. Now I'm on the team, they don't, because everything goes through the agent.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure out this question. But last week we talked about our weeks. You went to go see the Red Hot Chili Peppers last week. Yeah. Yesterday, because a stupid podcast didn't upload.
Yeah, Saturday to celebrate my birthday. I went to go see Red Hot Chili Peppers. Opening for them were the Strokes and King Princess.
Great lineup.
Concert was awesome. I loved it. Had a great time. First time I seen Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're my all-time favorite band, so I was on cloud.
You know what? I'll ask you different questions this time. What's your favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers song?
Red Hot Chili Peppers song. I don't have a number one song, but I'll give you 3.
Give me top 3. No
Top
order.
3 is No Order, Zephyr Song,
Okay, good song.
Dosed,
Mm-hmm.
and Under the Bridge.
Good list. Good solid list there.
Those are my 3 favorite. And then throw in Parallel Universe as well.
Okay, those are good songs. Good job.
So 4.
It's really
yeah.
4. Really 4.
Yeah.
But anywho,
it's my favorite band. I just love so many of their songs. It's hard to choose one.
last week I went to go eat, and I just the only reason I'm bringing this back up again because I still think it's a good question, and I want to know.
Korean barbecue?
Yeah, I did a Korean barbecue. By the way, Korean barbecue, low-key underrated. If you listeners, if you've never had Korean barbecue, go do it. It's great. I met up.
Who did you go with?
I met up with an internet friend around here that we've talked about like on Twitter like 1,000 times. Shout out to Luke Lewis, host of Lukewarm Games, gonna present at PAX or have a panel at PAX, I should say. Big news, big things popping. If you like video games, go subscribe to his channel. Or does he have a channel? Podcast at least. Anywho, we met up, right? And he says he tries to listen to the show even though he doesn't watch hockey, and so he does his very best to try to follow it. And I've told him many times there's been segments on this show where we've just not talked about hockey, and it happens. And this is one of them. And I brought up a great thing, and it stumped Miguel, and I want to do this again. So Luke, again, this is your segment for the second time. First time, banger. We killed it, right, Miguel?
Yes.
So the thing is the Hulk like a Pokemon? Because that's still bothering me, Miguel. Because the Hulk says Hulk Smash. Did someone name him the Hulk? Did Banner name him the Hulk? Or did people look at him and because he kept repeating the word Hulk like a Pikachu, they're like, that's the Hulk?
So, we talked about this yesterday. But
yes.
Originally, I was like, he's not a Pokemon. His name's Hulk because he was created because he hulks up.
Yes, and we know that.
Like
we
you had told me, in canon, in story, why the fuck does he say Hulk? You're right. I have no clue.
And if in wrestling terms, in kayfabe.
In kayfabe, I have no clue why he says Hulk. You're right.
Yeah, I need someone to get to the bottom of this.
Obviously, he can say more than just Hulk in the Hulk form. But you're right. Why would he say Hulk for everything?
And who's asking for his name? This guy's fucking punching things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you're
come
right.
on.
He might be a Pokemon. And like I said, Bruce Banner sends him out for battle whenever he needs to.
It's
so
true.
He's kind of like a Pokemon.
It's true. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, and I want to know. Also, I hate that this thought was unprovoked, and I still don't know the answer, and I'm still thinking about it. I just want to know, Miguel. So what are we going to talk about next? What else do we need to recap? We talked about the reverse retro leaks.
Trouba is the captain for the New York Rangers.
Sitting on
huge
after
shocker.
Yeah, after sitting on it for 12 hours, Miguel, still weird. Still weird. Doesn't make sense. Not for me.
He wouldn't even be my top 5 of captains for the New York Rangers.
When stuff doesn't make sense about other teams, you go to the source. You go to the Reddit or you search Twitter and see the fan reaction. I did not see one positive reaction about Jacob Trouba being made captain by Rangers fans.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Chris Kreider or Zibanejad.
Kreider. I say Kreider, but you can go with Zibanejad.
Kreider's the one answer. But if you're like, all right, 1B, Mika Zibanejad.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like you said, he's newer, and I know he doesn't want to be a captain. I would have picked Panarin before I pick.
But I do think I do remember Panarin saying he never wants to be captain.
Oh, I agree, and I like. You get that Panarin's just a guy that wants to show up, do his job, and leave. Like he doesn't want more responsibility.
And I respect that. I respect that, Miguel. That's an amazing mindset, and
yeah, I do too. It's so it's just weird. Like, why? I don't get it.
And it might be one of those things where locker room stuff we'd never see it. So
he might be vocal in the locker room, and we just don't know it.
He might have shown his leadership during the playoff run, like to motivate them and get them there.
I feel like captaincy is more than just the guy in the locker room. It's also got to be the guy that the fans see.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Like
also the guy who needs to talk to the refs after stuff happens. Like he has to be a good communicator, and Jacob Trouba might be that. He might be that type of personality who wants to step up and be vocal.
West Coast biasy. We don't watch a lot of Rangers games, so
do not.
We don't see who goes over and talks to the ref. Like for your team, You see who goes. I for Vegas. I see who's the one to speak up. Who's the one that goes over to the ref whenever there's some bullshit call.
Yeah,
So it makes sense. You know what I mean? I guess he might be that guy. We just don't know it.
he could be, but I'm on the search for one positive Rangers fan of being like, yeah, Jacob Trouba, he deserves this.
Yeah,
over
right.
any of the other guys.
I haven't been looking that much, but I haven't seen it.
Have not seen it. Miguel, what do you think of the rumor that Kadri secretly signed with the Islanders at 7 by 7? 7 years, $7 million.
Boring.
You just don't like the Islanders. You just don't like the Islanders.
Boring. The Islanders are boring. I don't hate the Islanders. I really don't hate the Islanders. I just
they have a new coach. They might be fun. I doubt it.
You know what made me like the Islanders less?
What?
The way they reacted to Tavares.
Oh, that soured you ever since then?
Well, Tavares was shitty on the way he handled it because clearly he was going to Toronto the whole time, and the way he's
he did lie. Ring. He did lie multiple times.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And Islanders fans, you should be angry. And the first time he came to the island, boo him.
What a beautiful game that first game was against the fucking
to boo
Leafs.
Him, but to constantly do it, to throw snakes on the ice, to burn jerseys. Like, get over it.
Oh, the burning of the jerseys, I'll never understand. I will say this: like the burning of the jerseys, I'll never understand. The don't throw stuff on the ice. But during the game when they were chanting, perfect.
Oh, it was funny. Perfect. It was funny. Yeah. It was funny. But then they started doing it too much, and they started doing the extra stuff, and they do it every fucking game. It's like, get over it. Get over it. It was funny the first time.
I haven't seen an Islanders game against the Leafs in Long Island. I need to go back and see if they did it this year because I don't remember.
They did it more than once. I don't know if they did it every game, but
I need to go. I've hit the point of the offseason ago where I started looking at old Kings games.
No, I remember the last game they played against each other last season.
Yeah, I'll report back. I'm gonna start watching these old games.
They boo every time Tavares touched the puck every single time without fail, and it's like, get over it.
Yeah,
get over it.
Yeah, it's been a while. But hatred, you know what I mean?
I tell you right now, Eric.
Yes.
That knee to the head that Tavares took, and that would have been career ending. Oh. All these Islanders fans would have been like, oh, that's so unfortunate. He was great here. Yeah. We miss him, and we wish he was still playing.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you get fucking injured.
So I'm like, just get over it. Just get over it, guys.
I hope when I get hurt, that's the kind of words you use to describe me.
I like players on Islanders. I have a lot of cards for players on the Islanders, so I want them to do well.
I'm pretty sure you have an Elias Sorokin.
I got a few Elias Sorokin rookie cards. I got some Kiefer Bellows. I got some Matthew Barzels.
Any Noah Dobson? He's another good young player.
Maybe. I don't. That one doesn't spring out to me. So
I'm just saying, like the Islanders could be interesting. Again, they have a coaching change, just like the Panthers, just like the Knights, where their identity could be a lot different. But Lane Lambert, who took over for Barry Trotz, which again was a weird ass firing, he might want to keep the same system in place, or he does the thing that some assistant coaches do and be like, "I'm putting my own stamp on this. Screw the old system, new time now." So who knows?
We'll see. I mean, like you said, we didn't really go too much detail, but Kadri rumor 7 by 7, and the deal's done. Apparently, they're just trying to do some cap gymnastics.
Magic. Yeah, and I'll still call it. You know what? I don't believe it. Kadri still goes to Colorado. I'm still putting my chips on that. That's where I think he's going. That's where I think he should go. That's what makes the most sense for me. They just got to trade away Eric Johnson because that clears up $6 million for the Avalanche. But who knows? Who knows? It is weird that he's still unsigned this long. So I do feel like it is maybe a Lou not telling anybody type situation. Because why would you? Why would you tell people? But
yeah,
I don't know, Miguel. What else we got, Miguel? Reverse retros. We all talked about those. Leaks started happening. We got the fishermen coming back. We got lightning bolt sleeves from the mid 2000s of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Sharks.
We got the California Golden Seagulls for the San Jose Sharks.
You know what's funny? In the water, I don't think seals very much like the sharks.
They do not. They do not. But there are a lot of seals around the Bay Area. Let me tell you that, and they smell. But I'm excited to see the Sharks Seals one because apparently they're also going to bring back the white skates. that the Golden Seals used to wear. So that's going to be exciting to see.
That's exciting.
Anytime there's a little bit of change, because remember White Glove Mania that the Knights brought in? Like, why? A little bit of color, man. I just think gloves should be more than black or white. Do some team color stuff, you know what I mean? Fit with the kit.
Yeah.
But I love uniforms, Miguel, so I'm excited to see what other teams have. I have no idea.
I'm excited to see what they'll do with Vegas. Like I said, last year they did the Wranglers, old team here in Vegas. I hope they do the Thunder this time. Like, I think
that would be cool.
I think it's a much better color scheme. So like a turquoise black. Like I think it's a cooler scheme. But I wonder if they don't do it because Thunder were first before
probably. I have no idea. I don't know my old Las Vegas hockey trivia, to be honest.
I wonder why they don't do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But I think they'll do something cool. Look, if anything, Vegas does cool stuff. You got to give them that much.
Yeah, I mean, they're moving it hasn't been officially said, but it's been the rumor for months now that the gold jersey is now their number 1 jersey.
That'd be cool.
And they're doing away with the gray one, the gunmetal one, I guess.
Yeah. And Miguel, that's it. We hit a recap of the episode we did yesterday.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel good. Well, I mean, as good as anyone can after losing their number 1 goalie, but.
Well, you know what? Maybe you'll sign someone by next year. But Miguel, for this time, because I got to go do stuff this morning, why don't you send us home?
Everybody listening, you can find me at Miguel Kicks all over the internet. Make sure to look me up on YouTube. Collector's Lobby opened up a crazy case of cards.
A lot of bangers.
A lot of bangers. Uploaded that yesterday. Or the last 2 days ago. Collector's Lobby on TikTok, where I open up a pack every single day until I find Trevor Zegras rookie card.
Calling it now.
47.
Day 58, Miguel. I told you, day 58.
Yeah, we're getting
Trevor
close
Zegras.
to day 58. I hope you're right, because the hand doesn't seem to be in sight, and I'm getting nervous.
No.
Eric, where can the people find you?
Hopefully here, but also at _Erick Oriana. That's _ERICKORELLANA. We said it last time. If anyone can help me figure out how to get Erick Oriana, because we discovered that the guy who has it, not even named Eric, and hasn't tweeted in over 4 years, which is malarkey, shenanigans, Miguel.
You know what's the worst part? What's his? Is Erick Oriana?
Yeah, but his name is like Ruben.
Ruben Oriana. Oh my god.
What a jerk.
I'm angry for you.
Thank you. What a jerk.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. I really do we appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
And we hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
God, I hope this uploads.